Hi, this is Professor Barry Brennan, and today we're going to talk about how to create your delivery outline. And this is for my public speaking class. Basically, the delivery outline is something you create after you've created your preparation outline. And remember, the preparation outline is that long, detailed outline that basically is your entire speech. It includes, if you have research, and includes also your cited sources and a bibliography within that outline. So the preparation outline, the one that we've already talked about, but just to go over, it's basically your entire speech. Not necessarily word for word, because that's not what we're after, but basically, if I were to take your preparation outline, I would be able to give a speech from that preparation outline. That's how detailed it is. I wouldn't have to know anything about that particular topic, but I could give a speech from it because it's that detailed. It would have all the stuff that I needed, all the information I needed. So that's your first part. That's how you practice from your preparation outline. And then we go to what is called a delivery outline. The delivery outline is something you make after you've practiced your speech, and you develop and create that delivery outline, which is much shorter. And it's going to make sense in a minute. I'm going to bring up the PowerPoint, and I'm going to walk you through how to create a delivery outline. Now, here's the thing about delivery outlines. It's a personal thing, which means you have to adapt it that makes sense for you. Some of you will need more information on it, others will need less. The key to the delivery outline to making it successful, it's supposed to help you deliver your speech, right? That's what's called a delivery outline. So I've just given a lecture on what delivery is. Delivery is nonverbal and verbal communication. So your delivery outline will have the basic structure of your speech, like the beginning, middle, and end, right? But it's not going to have everything, all the details in it. Okay? Let's just move to the PowerPoint, and we should get an idea of what we're doing. Okay. So making it work for you. Again, I'm going to repeat and reiterate this. It's personal to you. I don't teach this the same way I would teach the preparation outline. It's very specific and how I want you to organize your information. But the delivery outline is more personal to you. You can actually use a sheet of paper, right, to type your outline on. You can have it typed or handwritten, or you can use little index cards. I think index cards are better. I think that they're easier to work with, especially when you're new to public speaking. And you don't want to overload those note cards with too much information. Okay. So the outline can be typed, it can be in note cards, it can be handwritten. You can write all over your delivery outline. It's not like a clean document the way I ask your preparation outline to be. And you can highlight, you can draw pictures, you can make notes to yourself. Your delivery outline is your outline for you to make sure that you give the best speech you can. What the delivery outline cannot be is it cannot be a word for word document, a word for word essay of what you're going to say. That's what it can't be. Okay. So it's basically a general skeletal structure of your preparation outline. So you should have there should be something about your introduction. Maybe it's just keywords and phrases. There should be your main points in there, and there should be some concluding remarks. That basically you can put on note cards, or you can put on, you can type it, you can handwrite it, but it should have that skeletal structure to it. And it will include brief phrases, short sentences, and delivery cues. And let's talk about what I mean by that. Okay, what's a delivery cue? So you know what brief phrases and short sentences are. You don't have to, and here's the thing about the delivery outline. It does not have to be grammatically correct. Okay? So it's supposed to be your outline, your message to yourself to help you give your speech. So you can scribble on it, you can circle things, you can highlight. It can be a complete mess, but it can't be too messy that you can't figure out what it says. Okay? All right. So what's a delivery cue? Delivery cue is that thing that you tell yourself, like smile. You've worked on a speech and you've had someone watch you and they say, man, you know what? Your face has no expression on it. You need to smile more. You need to like show some emotion. Remember, we're trying to engage our audience. Or you have the word breathe because you're talking too fast and you're feeling like you're out of breath because you're so nervous. So, I'm yawning right now. You don't want to yawn. You don't want to do that. But you can just pause. Take a breath. Right? And you don't have to make it that obvious in your speech, but you can remind yourself to breathe if you're holding your breath while you're talking. You can write notes to yourself, like have eye contact with your audience. If you find yourself wanting to look away or not look at the camera, to remind yourself to look at the camera. For you on the note card, it might be look at the camera. Okay. It can be notes like just positive message to yourself. Hey, you got this. You rock. You're awesome. I believe in you. All those little affirmations and positive message. Remember we talked about communication anxiety and the different ways we can treat communication anxiety. Here's your opportunity to put those little messages on your delivery outline to boost yourself up, to make yourself feel good, right? Remember, this is communication between you and you. Generally speaking, if we were in classroom, I would ask to see what your delivery outline looks like. Today, I'm not asking for that. I just want to see your preparation outline. But again, make it work for you. Don't make it too clunky. You don't want to have, if you got a 4 to 5 minute speech, you shouldn't have that many note cards. Maybe you're going to have twice as many note cards or 3 times as many max, right? You don't have to, don't overload information on your note cards. They'll end up reading to us. Brief phrases, short sentences. And you only can do the delivery outline after you've practiced your speech. That's when you do it. So then you work from that delivery outline, practicing it, recording it. All right. It's written after you've written your detailed outline. I said that. It's a roadmap to guide you through the practice and prepared speech. So after you've practiced it and prepared it is when you want to create your delivery outline. If you have cited research, your outline, your delivery outline must include the cited research. Why? You're not expected to remember that cited research. Most people don't. Unless they've been reading, they've been studying this person forever and ever and ever, and they're going to remember who they are and what they wrote. But in most cases, you're doing the speech right now, and you're not going to remember who the citation comes from. So write it down on your delivery outline. Make your life easier. That's what the delivery outline is, to give you hints, to back you up, to give you a structure to follow so you can succeed in delivering your speech. Okay, key, delivery outline. I don't want you to work from memory. I expect all of you to have some note cards or something that you're reading from in giving your speech. Okay, so in your next 2 speeches, your informative speech on a social issue and your persuasive speech, you will have note cards or some form of an outline when you give your speech. Nobody should be giving a speech by memory. Nobody. Okay. Speeches are in themselves, so we don't memorize. They're extemporaneous, means they are practiced and prepared speeches with outlines. That's what we teach in this class. That's what I'm expecting you to do. I'm not expecting anyone to memorize. I do not want you to memorize. I want you to practice. And I want you to have knowledge of what your topic is, which means every time you give this speech, depending on whether you give it on, you're making a couple videos of it, or you're giving it to different people. Every time you give that speech, it will be said a little differently. I don't want you to say it the same all the time. I want you to naturally give your speech, naturally share that information. So if you have short phrases, and again, this is after you've created your preparation outline, you then bring in your delivery outline and you have the short phrases or short sentences, brief phrases, then you'll be able to adapt to your audience what you want to focus on, how you want to say it. You don't have to use the same words over and over again. You might want to include signposts in your delivery outline to remind you when you're moving from one idea to the next, so we are reminded that you're doing that. If that's helpful to you, use that. Uh, if you use your preparation outline instead of, in lieu of making a delivery outline, I will guarantee you that you will read word for word and you will deliver a poor speech. So all that work you did on your speech, all the work you did to create that preparation outline, and you don't do the next step, the last step, the easiest step, to then adapt. It's like making notes from a draft of your preparation outline into a delivery outline. You don't do that step, it's going to show in the delivery of your speech, and you will give a poor speech. And so all that work you did, if you did research, right, you're going to have to research for your next speech. So you did research, you did writing, you did the brainstorming, you did all this work for the speech, and you're now going to do a poor job of delivering the speech because you didn't take that extra step by creating the delivery outline. Think about that. No essays. Make it a little outline. Okay. That finishes our discussion about the delivery outline. Remember, it's personal. It should be a skeletal structure, short sentences, brief phrases, delivery cues. Use note cards or type it or handwrite it. Make it easy for you to follow so that you can use that. You have practiced so much that you just have to glance back to know where you're going and keep talking to us. That's your goal. Your goal is to glance at this as you're talking, to glance at this, glance, not read, glance at this and be able to talk to us. The only way you're going to do that is practice, practice, practice. Out loud, not in your head. If you practice in your head, then your thoughts are much faster, are so much faster than your voice. What would take you seconds in your head will take you a couple minutes in your voice. So I want you to really think about that. Okay, I look forward to all your speeches. Have a great day. Bye.